What is up? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome into Dollars to Deuces, episode 11. This is our week 9 player props, picks against the spread, and a couple parlays even for you tonight. So, like I said, it's Dollars to Deuces, Total Titles Production. Thanks for listening, everybody. Got my buddy Rich Gonzalez with me tonight. How you doing tonight, Rich?
I'm good. Real quick, I've been wanting to bring this up since last week when I don't know if it was last week's episode or the week before. What week was it when you guys did the episode where you guys dressed up for Halloween?
Last week.
It was last week. Okay. So I got to address the situation.
Not last night,
No, I think I get what you're saying. But I got to address the situation on how you guys are pronouncing Mario with Justin dressing up in there. I know, but Coach, he was, when he was announcing, you guys are pronouncing it Mario and stuff like that. And I guess that's a New York thing or the way they do it like that. But as a Hispanic and growing up playing Mario Brothers, I was watching that episode. I was like, what the hell is Mario? Coach, come on, man. We got to get better on this, man. You got to talk to a Hispanic man over here.
It's East Coast lingo.
I know. I had to bring it up because I was laughing so hard when you guys were talking about that. So it was great. I was gonna bring it up last week and I just totally slipped my mind.
Nah, it's all good. You can find Rich on Twitter at rgonzalesrm. You can find myself on Twitter at Nate_Dirt19. And you can find the show on Twitter at Toilets to Titles. So before I get started, we'll kind of go through all the formalities and whatnot. First of all, check out toiletstitles.com. There's tons of stuff going up there all the time. I know tonight on Joe's show, he was talking about his kind of top 10 teams, and then it kind of brought up in our Twitter group that him and Mike are going to kind of do a little, I think, an article together maybe with their top 10 teams and kind of some blurbs about them. And it's been fun to talk and see everybody's rankings, I thought.
Yeah, so I'm a little disappointed in what I've seen so far, man, because they didn't have the Raiders included. Neither one of them had the Raiders included in their top 10. Come on, man.
I'm surprised you even said top 10. I figured you'd just say top 3 or top 1.
Come on. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I had to. All right. So if you're listening to us now, obviously, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, and pretty much, all those places. So if you're on Apple, please hit like, give us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think of the show. And if you're on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button, hit the little bell so you know when we're going live. Almost 7 days a week, I think. Maybe not Fridays yet. I know Joe and I keep talking about it, but Fridays, it's just I just get busy and I forget that I should be recording. So like I said, hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it. And the last thing is our Patreon. It's been a lot of fun. It seems like it's been really, really active the last week. Tons of trades, tons of talk. Obviously today, talking about some of the not as much fun news. Thoughts and prayers. Goes out to the family affected by the tragedy in Las Vegas.
Yes.
It's just tough. I don't even know. I don't even really want to get into it, to be honest with you, because
I'm right with you, man. I'm done and over. I just want to move on, man.
Yep, that's all you can do. Like I said, it's not something we want to talk about. So let's get on something fun. Let's talk about some football. It was a very last week was tough. I got kicked in the teeth.
You, me, both.
Yeah, I mean, it was terrible. My leagues, my bets, nothing went well. So let's turn that around and get back on the right side of things. So we'll go through some player props from last week. I guess, like I said, I can go first for my terrible ones from last week, and then I'll let you go if that works for you.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
So last week I had a couple Packers player props. I was 2-3 last week, so I did finally get a couple, but I thought that the things would go a little different with the Packers offense. A.J. Dillon, 9.5 receiving yards. I thought he'd go over that. He had 0 targets. He had 16 carries for almost 80 yards, so he ran the shit out of the ball. But Yeah, not in the passing game whatsoever.
Yeah, he
Another
wasn't
one
the
I missed
only
on
one
Marseille.
Matt missed either. So
No.
it was horrible
It
across the
was weird.
board.
Yeah. Mercedes Lewis, 18.5 receiving yards. He had one target. It was that he made that catch. I mean, obviously his second foot didn't get down the end zone. Hell of a catch by the big man. But so yeah, another miss there. Also missed on the Cowboys Vikings over. Rich and I both had that in. I think I had the over. Did you pick that game against the spread? I know I did, and it actually worked out.
Yeah, I picked spread. Come on, man.
I would not.
You told me that the Cowboys are undefeated against spread, so you got to go with the spread, man.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know that Cooper Rush was going to be starting. I probably would not have picked that game, even though it worked out.
Yeah, the difference between like us when we're coming on the show to do our show and everything, and Joe, for example, he makes his picks and he actually comes on again before the and he kind of adjusts his during the week and everything. We can't really do that as much as we would like to adjust as the news comes out, because we probably should be to make it to be more accurate and probably be more efficient and everything. But look, we go with what we stick with on with what we're calling on our Wednesday show. So,
oh yeah, well, like I said too, it's very, 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 very beneficial to shop around if you're able to. I think I have like 6 sports books on my phone, so I can kind of move around, see what I like best odds wise. But like I said, missed that one, no big deal. They only scored 36 points, so it wasn't even close. It was a pretty good football game. I was very impressed by Cooper Rush. It was fun to watch him, to be honest with you. So I did hit on Jonathan Taylor over 67.5. He had 70 yards. I don't know if he even played if he played like 3 quarters. I feel like he's just kind of, there was like a point in time where he just didn't play. Like it seemed like Frank just was like, you can just hang out for 15 minutes, don't play the quarter, It was weird.
Well, I know he scored his one of his rushing touchdowns in the second half and one in the first half, so he did score 2 touchdowns.
I'm joking, but it just seemed like he wasn't in there when he should have been.
Like, I hear you.
Give that guy the damn ball. Like he's literally the best player on your team besides Michael Pittman. Like,
yeah, I just don't get it, man.
But no, and then I did hit Chuba Hubbard over 69.5 yards. He had 82 yards in a weird game for them too. But like I said, 2-3. 22-19 on the season, so I'm still got my head above water for the time being. So how'd you do last week? I said I looked into, I think about halfway through the games, I looked at yours, and then I kind of forgot where I was.
I'm drowning. Well, you got your head above the water, or I'm drowning. So I had a horrible week. Went 1-5, man. Gosh dang, man, just horrible. But you know what? It's just the way the season is. And I mean, this is just one of the weirdest seasons. Just the way everything is going out in game and even during the week leading up to the games and everything. Because when things look like locks, they are not locks. So my hits: Aaron Rodgers on the Thursday night game, 1.5 passing TDs. He did hit as he passed for 2. My other hit was the where's it at? And I'm totally. Did I even hit? Oh, I got, you know what? I didn't have another hit. That's right. I went 1-5. So let me go over all my misses. Sam Darnold over and under 242.5. Yeah, he only passed for 129 yards. He left the game, if I'm correct, right?
Concussion.
Yeah. You can't account for that, but that is what it is. Yeah, he does. He looks so good, so promising in the beginning of the season, and it just went downhill since and everything. He's seen ghosts again, I guess. A big surprise was the Kyle Pitts one. Over and under was a 62.5. I took the over as he only had 2 receptions for 13 yards. I think that the news release of Ridley just kind of brought that whole team down and everything. And I don't want to say that does really draw that much coverage that it affects everybody else like this. It's mind blowing.
I mean, even when Julio was there, he still did. I think. Towards the end the season with him and Julio there together, I think he was even drawing coverage then, and Julio's kind of been on the downhill slide, unfortunately. And I think that, teams knew that because Calvin Ridley is the real deal. I hope, like I said, thoughts, prayers out to that guy too, man. I hope everything gets going, and, it's a tough world we live in, and I said, I'm no one to judge somebody. So like I said, hopefully he's back and playing football soon.
Yeah, I have him like 2-3 leagues in dynasty leagues, and I'm gonna take a hit this week. But I mean, this year with him and everything, but I really see this as a good move for him for the future and everything. And that's how I'm looking at it. I want him to get better, take care of himself and everything, and come back next year and everything, and just they'll tear it up next year. So that's what I'm excited about. My other misses was Derrick Henry, 12.5 receiving yards. He didn't even get one single receiving yard, but like I said, I mean, he was in there for a little bit, came out, broke his foot. He actually came back in the game for a little bit even after that. But as we all know, Derrick Henry is done for the season. Well, they say he's done for the season, but there's a possibility him coming back for the NFL season if they make the playoffs and make a good run. But as far as fantasy football season, done. Washington and Bronco, the over and under 44. I was taking the over. But yeah, they only scored 27 points. You know what? I should have took the under from the get-go, man. I talk about the Broncos.
Hell of a ball game.
Yeah, I should have took the under, but took the over, and yeah, 27 points. Tom Brady, man, I really thought freaking Saints were going to clamp up and everything, and for as bad as they looked and everything, Brady still passed for 375 yards. His over and under was 312 and missed on that, as he had a pretty good day passing. I mean, he had some interceptions in there and everything. It just wasn't the way. It didn't go the way it should have gone.
That interception he threw at the end of the game,
yeah,
when they were driving, was like one of the worst things. So I watched it live, and then they brought the camera behind him, and he threw the ball. Like, I understand they're disguising their covers, whatever, but like, it's just like cover two. Like, the safety's right there. You literally threw the ball, and Mike Evans wasn't going to make that catch. That ball wasn't even close to him.
No,
it's like he threw. I don't know. It was terrible. That was not good. I don't know what he thought he saw. I don't know.
So let's jump into this week's player props as we go into week 9. I'll jump into mine, and then we'll jump over to yours. Michael Carter, I'm taking the over on the 49.5. You know what? That should be receiving yards. It's not rushing.
Those are my nope. We both got Michael Carter. Yours are up higher. Sorry. I saw
there
that.
You go. Okay. That threw me off there for a second, because initially I was going to take that, but I took another Michael Carter prop. So let's go ahead and refresh, start over. Let's go. Jonathan Taylor over at 84.5 rushing yards. I think he's the game. He's the with everything going on, he's the main attraction in that town and stuff like that. And they got to get him the ball. And look, it's coming to the end of the season and stuff like that, mid-season. Look, what do you do as the season gets halfway through, and at the end, you start pounding the ball more and everything. So I think Jonathan Taylor's carries and yards are just getting creeping up every game. So I'm taking over on the 84.5. Here's my Michael Carter prop. I'm taking that he's not going to be able to do much in the as far as on the ground, rushing and everything. So I'm actually taking the over of 4.5 receptions. I think, what was it, last week or the week before, he had like 10 receptions and everything. So
last week.
It was last week. Okay, good. So, 4.5 receptions. Look, that it could be easily, he don't get any and everything. And he has a better day on the ground, but I think the only way he's going to get yardage this week is through the air. And 4.5 receptions seems like something he could do. Patterson, with Ridley being out, look, he's going to do it on the ground and in the air. I'm taking total yards between rushing and receiving, the over of 73.5. Seems like he's been easily been able to get that since he's been playing for Atlanta this season. So taking the over on that. I am dipping into my Raiders game with all with everything going on this week. I think Derek Carr is going to come out and have another good week, as I'm going to take the over on 1.5 passing TDs. Going to be tied in this week with Waller back, and maybe a little Zay Jones action as he gets a little bit more time.
Zay Jones, I love that. That's a good one.
Zay Jones, baby, Zay Jones.
The former Buffalo Bills, Zay Jones. That's wild.
My last one is Justin Fields. They will be playing who are they playing against? They're playing a good defense. Steelers. There you go. Yeah. Derek Watt is going to have a heyday with him this week, and I'm taking the under of 185.5 passing yards.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I think it's a new thing. I might just, I was like, well, before Chubb got hurt, I'd always take Nick Chubb's rushing yards. Maybe I'll start taking the under every single week on Justin Fields' passing yards. I think that might be my new one.
Is Nagy back this week?
I like that.
Do we know?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. Even better way to take that under.
It's been the day with all the Rodgers drama and the COVID stuff, and I thought Cody Bentkert was going to start, but apparently he's got COVID too. So it's Jordan Love show, and Blake Bortles is in town, and whatever. The Chiefs stink, dude. Maybe we get, I'm not counting us out. I really not. If Mike White Lightning can beat the Bengals, Jordan Love can beat the Chiefs.
The over and under that they're giving. Are they giving the Packers -7 or Chiefs minus 7? I think it's -7
Chiefs,
plus 7.
Well, I think it was Chiefs -7.5 last I looked. But actually, I have it right here. I can tell you what it is right now.
A little quick shout out to Dustin, one of our new Patreon members, hopping in the show today. What's going on, Dustin?
Yeah, Chiefs -7.5. So, and it got. I mean, it was off the book today. When it all came out, and then they opened it back up, and so we'll see. It's going to be fun. So this week we said both got Michael Carter. I am going to go with over 49.5 rushing yards. I know that defense for the Colts is extremely good. Darius Leonard, Okereke, or however he wants to say it. They are a force. But I don't, the Jets don't really have much of a choice. I think they're going to have to run the ball a little bit. I don't think White Lightning is going to throw for another 450 yards or whatever the hell he threw for. So, I like over 49.5 for Carter. Carl Wentz over 240.
Carl
240.5 passing yards. Yeah, that's what I call him, Carl. 240.5
Great.
passing yards. I like the over. I think for some reason the Jets are going to be hot, but I don't think it's going to really matter. But I want the Colts to run the ball, but Frank Reich just wants to throw it. So Michael Pittman, Carl Wentz, let's do it. Next one, Dalvin Cook over 77.5 rushing yards. I think I like it. I think it's it seems pretty manageable for him. Last week I should have looked at how many yards he had last week, and I forgot. But I don't. I know it's the Ravens, but. For the Vikings to have a chance in that game, they're going to have to run the ball and keep the ball away from Lamar. So I think a heavy dose of Dalvin Cook will be helpful. My next two are from the same game, the stellar Jaguars. I can't believe I'm taking two props from that game, but why not? The first one's Dan Arnold over 30.5 receiving yards. It seemed like last week all Lawrence wanted to do was throw to Dan Arnold. So, why not? 30.5 yards isn't too many. And then my last one, Trevor Lawrence over 16.5 rushing yards. I think the Bills are going to get after him, so he'll be forced out of the pocket quite a bit. The Bills secondary is good enough to hang with the Jags, so I think he'll be running a little bit. And 16.5, hell, you can get that in 2 plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a possibility James Robinson doesn't play this week. So the Hyde owners and everything get him in. But, that's going to help Trevor Lawrence probably run a little bit more and stuff like that, just like you said. But they're going to be getting after him. So with the options that he's going to have to run and just not having James Robinson there, he might have a good day as far as production on the ground.
Yeah. So a little new bit here for us. Been through in a college game. That's probably because Rich got to go to a badass college football game last weekend, and he's just going to ride the wave with it.
Yeah, I'm going to save this for when we do our pick'ems, because I'm going to actually include that as far as my pick'em and everything. But I just wanted to throw it in there right there. So
that's cool. Well, like I said, we do our Survivor Pool, then we'll do the parlay deal. And then does that work for you?
That'll work. So Survivor Pool, I'm taking Bills over Jags this week. It's going to be a manslaughter. Enough said.
Yeah, I agree. I thought about that, but I go Steelers over Bears. Another one that shouldn't even be close. And then, I said earlier about parlay. Rich sent me a message earlier, said he'd had threw a parlay in there, and he sent it to our group chat too. And I said I liked it. It has, but go ahead and you want to read off the parlay?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do my parlay. So I'm doing a 14 parlay. I'm taking the Colts minus 10.5, Raiders minus 3. Houston plus 6.5, and Cowboys minus 9. I think the only thing I'm really scared on that one is the Houston game. I know it's in Miami, but both teams stink and everything. And Houston's defense is a lot better than what people think and everything. And when they got a game where they're playing against another stink team, they actually play real well. So I think that's the only one I'm more worried about. But I really see this could be something that could happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like it. Is Tyrod back or not yet? I don't remember.
They got him listed on the IR and everything, but I want to say there's a good possibility that he is going to be. But I would hate to. I don't know, man. I think he's going to be there, but I don't think they play him this week. Give him another week and everything to get a little bit more practice in and everything. And I just actually made a trade today where a guy had Tyrod Taylor and he wanted Mills, which I had him. So I traded Mills to him, and he traded me Mariota since I have Carr. So kind of like a backup thing. So we both have each other's backup for one of our QBs in a super flex.
Not bad. Not bad. I said swapping guys that, makes sense to have. So
well, I don't see Mills being there next year, so I just had to get rid of him.
Yeah, he's not going to start.
No,
I don't think so. I actually did a little 5-team teaser just because the way my luck's been going lately. I said, need to help myself out the best I can. So it's a 6-point teaser. Colts from 10.5 down to -4.5. Like he had the Colts and the Cowboys. Cowboys from 9.5 to 3.5, and then the Patriots from -3.5 to +2.5. Bills -14.5 to -8.5, and Chargers +3.5. So, if you're not familiar, I guess, with the teaser, basically it's like a parlay, but you're buying points. So the odds on that aren't, they're not crazy big. It's like +300, I think, on that one. I'm getting 6 points basically. So, like I said, the Cowboys going from -10.5 to -4.5. So, like I said, it was +333, I think, were the odds on that. So nothing crazy, but, a little more than your standard bet. So
I like it.
Give it a shot, and we'll see where it goes. So I'll go ahead and talk about the debacle that was week 8 for me, if that's okay.
Yes, take it over, sir.
So I felt pretty good going into the week, and then it just shit rolls downhill quick. So it was 2-3 last week. We're 27-21 on the year, which I'm still very happy with. But first miss, I guess I'll go over Lions +3.5. I don't know, but Dan Campbell got me, I guess. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah, that team stinks, dude. They are, oh God. God, they're bad. They lost 44-6. Made the Eagles look like they deserve to be on a football field. I said in the show notes last night, I couldn't get on, but I said that the Lions aren't worth the detergent that they use to wash the grass stains out of their clothes. So
it was horrible, man. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Tampa -5, Saints. What the hell, Tom? Missed on that one. They lost 36-27. Missed on the Chargers -6 for the Patriots. That game, I wish I would have got to watch it. From what I thought or saw, and heard, it was a pretty wild game, but not what I expected. Patriots just run the ball all over the place. So interesting
note about that game, because it's kind of leading into this week's game, is Herbert is actually his hand is hurt. So, and I don't know if it's his throwing hand or his other hand, but I don't know if that happened during that game, and that kind of made it a little bit harder for him to throw, and maybe that's the reason why they had a bad game. Heck, I don't know, but the reports is that Herbert's one of his hands is hurt right now. So,
yeah, I don't think he practiced today, but oh well. So my 2 hits, I did Bills -13.5. That game was like 3-0 or something shit, like through the first quarter. Like I looked at the score and I was like, what the hell's happening? Bills ended up walking away with it 26-11. And I did hit Cowboys. I got out at -1.5 against the Vikings. So the Cooper Rush boys brought her home 20-16 for me somehow.
That last drive, man. That last drive brought it.
Salvage the week to make me 2-3 instead of 1-4.
So man, I was so scared watching that game and everything, because I had the spread and everything, but in our Frankenstein league, I made some adjustments, kind of playing to make sure I got the right player if I had a chance to get a player I wanted. And I took out Alvin Kamara and stuck in Tyler Johnson, thinking I had a good chance of winning this week. Well, freaking going into Monday night's game, I'm up by like 60 points, but 60 points in our league is nothing. Nothing at all and everything. And freaking he had Amari Cooper and everything was looking good. Cooper did all his work in that last drive. I just came at it. I mean, he was a decent night, but I mean, he got a majority of it. And man, it came down to that last drive and everything. And when he scored that touchdown, I'm like, crap. But I pulled it out and everything, so I got my win and everything, and I am set up for you, sir, this week. So
you're going down.
This is the
I
week,
just picked
man.
up Austin Eckler on my squad, so.
Well, I figured I'd pick up Nate Chubb and stuff like that. Just I'm not Nate Chubb. Should call him Nate Chubb, but Nick Chubb. He was my steal and everything. So if it happens, hey, here's a gift, a gift just wrapped for you, sir.
I appreciate that. That's nice because I used to have Nick Chubb, and then he got stolen from me.
Yeah, and I stole him back.
I was worried. I had
play against you.
I was playing Mike Jernigan last week, and he had Kelsey going on Monday night, and I had Mahomes, and so they both sucked, and I ended up winning. So I took Austin Eckler, gave him a little Kenny Gainwell. So, but yeah, go ahead. See how last week you did.
So last week I went 3-4. For the season, I'm 28-16-2, 2 draws in there. But yeah, so last week I had Steelers 3.5 over the Browns. Hit on that as they won by 5. I was on the Kool-Aid, the Detroit Kool-Aid with you at the plus 3.5 with them, and yeah, we know how that went. That was a miss. I hit on the 49ers minus 3.5 over the Bears as they won by 11. Missed on the Bengals over the Jets, man. I mean, every squirrel gets a nut every once in a while, right? We'll just leave it there. Jets beat the Bengals by 3, so didn't cover that at all. We lost on that Chargers. That was a miss. Hit on the Cowboys as they won by 4. And another miss was the Washington plus 3 over Broncos as the Broncos came out and beat them by 7, man. And yeah, not a great week after the week I had before and everything. So let's jump into this week's and everything, and let's turn this bad boy around, Nate. What do you think?
I like it.
All right, so I am going to jump into my picks for this week, but I am actually going to be including my college pick 'em in there. So this past weekend, me and the family went up to visit my daughter over in Stillwater as the Cowboys played Kansas, and it was they beat them bad, man. It was like
good old 55. Big 12
yeah, it was freaking horrible and stuff like that. So it kind of inspired me to have a college win, and I'm going to go back to the well with Oklahoma State as minus 3 over West Virginia. West Virginia's 4-4. Oklahoma State's 7. I think they're 7-1. So I could see them easily pulling this off and everything. I was actually going to throw in the OU and Baylor game too, but OU's undefeated. Baylor's 7-1, so they're looking bad. And I think OU was minus 7, so I think that's going to be a lot closer game and stuff. And this could be one of those games where it just doesn't work out for OU with everything going on with the poll coming out. They ain't even ranked they don't have any ranked in the top 6 as far as in the playoffs. So I was kind of surprised with that and everything. So
yeah, that college game really tugs at my heartstrings, man. I got Oklahoma State shirts upstairs. I got West Virginia gear upstairs. I got accepted to go to school at West Virginia, and thank God I turned it down because I probably would have just ended up out there. Who knows what I'd have been doing.
So the rest of my picks for this week, I am taking Cowboys minus 9 over the Broncos, as they should easily handle the Broncos. Von Miller gone, everything. So I don't think he really would have affected the game anyways. But yeah, Cowboys minus 9 over the Broncos, as Dak should be back for starting QB. Carolina plus 3.5 over the Pats. I'm actually hoping Mac is back. McCaffrey. They said they were bringing him back off the IR, so hopefully he gets in the game. I don't see him getting a ton of work. They're going to do a little split coming out with Chuba and everything, but he's still going to be a difference maker in that game, as I do pick Carolina, the plus 3.5. Next one is Bengals, minus 2.5 over the Browns. With all the drama going over the Browns with Beckham and everything, can this be a distraction this week with Baker and everything? So I think it's going to be. I think Bengals are embarrassed after the beatdown they got last week. And when it's only minus 2.5, I think it's going to be a bigger score than that, bigger beatdown than that. But I am taking the Bengals minus 2.5.
They could fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me thing.
Yeah,
The
maybe we'll
Bengals get
see.
beat this week.
Yeah, hey, the way the season's going, that probably might happen. But
yeah,
man,
I'm with you. I looked at that game for way too long today. So
I'm starting. I'm starting to look at. I like these anything under -3 because a lot of times, the way
So
my
pick 'em,
season's
basically.
going is when freaking every time I pick one when it's -3, they score they cover that 3 and I get a draw of it. So I'm gonna take anything that's under that 3. The next one I got is the Raiders over the Giants. Giants. Hey, look, they gave Chiefs a good handle last week and everything, and just lost it at the end. But with everybody getting hurt, maybe some people come back. Kenny Galladay is a shell of himself. He ain't gonna factor into this game at all and everything. And I think Raiders gonna step up one more time and everything and get this win. I'm also taking the Chargers.
Lock that in. Barkley.
Go ahead.
Barkley tested positive for COVID today.
He did, but he tested positive yesterday, and then today he tested negative.
Was it?
So they got to do another test.
But I mean, he's got. Yeah.
If he still has a chance of playing this week. If he does get a second negative,
you never know.
We'll see how it goes and everything. But still, it might not have nothing to do with COVID. Anything, his ankle still might be affecting him. We're not going to have a play of the game and everything. So we'll see how that goes. But I am taking the Raiders -3 over the Giants. I have to take the -2 Chargers over the Eagles. Look, Chargers beat us.
Yep.
We beat Eagles. So that just, rule of thumb. If Chargers beat us, they're playing a team we beat. Hey, they're going to win. I'm going to use that rule of thumb there. Yep. So, and 8 -2 and stuff like that. I think, look, Chargers are embarrassed with everything going on too. But I am worried a little bit now hearing that Herbert's hand is injured and didn't practice today. So we'll see how the season goes and everything. And let's see what Joe says. Oh, apparently he tested negative today. And now he has to do 2 more tests. Okay. He'll probably slip on a banana peel stepping into the field anyway. So,
Joe, I made a joke about Kadarius Toney. I said I was going to call him Kadarius Template because he gets hurt every single game. Is that like just I'm sorry. It feels like every week it's like, oh,
different injury.
That. It's like, holy, yeah, goddamn. That athletic training staff they don't care about their jobs apparently. They're not trying very hard.
My other one, I am taking Cardinals -1.5 over the Niners. There's a good possibility Kyler Murray doesn't play this week, so a little worried about that one, but I'm thinking he comes out and ends up playing the game. And it's going to be a good game and everything between the two teams, but I do like the Cardinals at that -1.5. I think, well, it ain't my biggest spread I picked, but I am taking Rams -7.5 over the Titans. With them losing Henry, Jones not even really doing anything really much. Look, all it is it's A.J. Brown show now. So they're just going to double cover him. So I think Rams is going to really pull away on this one, really show dominance again in this game. So -7.5, I'm taking all day.
Yep. I like him. There's a lot of those games we're kind of about the same on, depending on whether it's DraftKings or FanDuel. We do have one opposite one we picked. I believe that might be the first time all season that we're on different sides of a game. So that's exciting. But before I get into it, I got to talk about my college pick.
There you go.
My Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
What? Chanticleers?
Yeah, the Chanticleers. That's their mascot.
Okay.
It's like a chicken or something. I don't know. At Georgia Southern, -19.5. They're going to stomp them. That team's too good. Georgia Southern doesn't stand a chance. So, I like Coastal Carolina by 3 touchdowns. I mean, easy. I was going to take Cincinnati, but I don't want to jinx Luke Fickell and the boys yet. So I'm riding that train, hopefully to the Natty.
Another team that's getting disrespected in the pools.
Yeah, stupid. But I digress. Week 9. Like you said, too, I hit quite a few the same. Cowboys -9.5 against the Broncos. Dak's back. 7-0. Here we come. It's easy as that. So I don't think it matters. I think I saw a stat today that Javante's leads the league in forced missed tackles or something, which is great because I love Javante coming out, but they don't stand a chance. Here's where we differ. I got Patriots -3.5. You took the Panthers, so that's fun on 2 separate sides here. I thought that the way the Patriots handled the Chargers was just outstanding, really, for them. Mac didn't play that well, and it didn't matter. Damian Harris was able to take that game over, it seems like. So I'm glad I got him in a few fantasy leagues, that's for sure.
Oh, well, the reason why I went with the Panthers is one of their middle linebackers is coming back. I can't think of his name. It's slipping my mind. Great linebacker. He's coming back. They got Gilmore. Gilmore looked good last week and everything. So their defense is coming back around after, starting out strong and having a few injuries that kind of set them back. They kind of put themselves in a good place to jump back into this. So that's the reason why I'm going with the Panthers with, McCaffrey coming back. So.
Yeah, well, they got one of my favorite defensive players, man. Jeremy Chin went to Southern Illinois University. We got the same birthday, Like, I got to cheer for him. My big spread, I've been riding this train. Bills minus 14.5, Jaguars. I'm just pretty well dead set right now that it seems like there's not many like tiers in the NFL. It's just like there's teams that are good and there's some okay teams. And then there's teams that just don't belong on the same field as an NFL team, whether it's the Lions, the Dolphins, the Bears, the Jaguars. They're just terrible. And am I wrong? Are the Panthers completely defeated when McCaffrey's not on the field?
They are undefeated when McCaffrey's on the field.
Yeah, when he's not on the field, they're defeated, right? They haven't won a game.
No, they won a game without him. Come on, man. But I get it.
I gotta tell I screwed up because I loved Sam Darnold so much, and I'm just hating myself for it. So, anyways, Bills minus 14.5. Jaguars terrible. Chargers minus 2.5. They're gonna get right. Eagles aren't good. They played the Lions for Pete's sake. Like, I mean, no shit. You might as well play a D3 college football team. Cardinals minus 1 at the Niners. I think the Cardinals are very good. The Packers got away with the one there. Whether it was, I don't know. It was a phenomenal game to watch. I had a blast. My heart was racing till probably noon the next day. So it was fun. Rams minus 7.5. That's Titans or versus Titans. Titans are, like you said, they're dead in the water. I don't think their defense is good. Not that good anyways. And the Rams they're really good. They're the real deal. Last one of the week, Steelers minus 6.5 versus the Bears. Ben's noodle arm doesn't really worry me. They can run the ball. Najee Harris is a stud. Bears, bad. Stink. It's just god-awful. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that game, and I was real tempted on picking that, but I think I've said this to you numerous times this year and everything, and Bears defense is better than what people think. They have their games where they get killed and stuff like that, but their defense, that front four and everything, I know Khalil Mack is probably going to be out. They're decent and stuff like that, and I could see this easily being one of those games too that they sneak one in there and stuff like that, and it'd be a lot closer than what it should be.
Yeah, and Roquan Smith is one of the best linebackers in the league, and I was pissed to see him when he got drafted out of Georgia go to the Bears. But I saw that, Joe. He's phenomenal. But I think that primetime game for the Steelers at home. I think they're going to be too much to handle for the Bears. I just think it'll be. I think, yeah, exactly. That's all it is. That's the only way they stay in a game. But I think that the weapons of the Steelers are going to be too much for them. Deontay Johnson's going to have a game. Najee Harris, they're going to take it over. So, but. That's all I got for the week. If you got anything else, let me know. Like I said, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Say, give us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think. DMs are always open. Hit us up. Arkansas RM on Twitter for Rich over there, and at Nate_Dirt19 for myself. So before we go, make it a profitable one, everybody. And Rich, what do you got for him?
I just want to say a quick shout out to my son Keegan. Had a great game last week and everything, and his high school team, MacArthur Highlanders, they are going against Ardmore. Whoever wins this is district champs. So excited for this game this Friday. It's going to be a hard-fought game between the two teams, best in their district. So,
nice work, Keegan. By the way, I forgot to tell him that. I had an interception and fumble last week, or forced fumble. So nice work.
Yep, had a great game. But besides that, man, hey, let's get ready for another big weekend of football and everything, and hope these injuries and COVID things don't pile up. Let's start getting this stuff back on the other direction.
That's right. Keep staying positive and testing negative.